What's up, YouTube? Stocks by the numbers. Wanted to do just a quick short-term trade idea video that I'm noticing here on at&t. It was funny. I just recorded like an 8-9 minute video. I went to listen to it to make sure everything sounded okay right before I uploaded it, and the freaking headset died. I didn't even notice, so I just had to re-plug in the headset. It's charging. It's plugged in right now, but I'm gonna have to re-record this video real quick. And this is what I'm looking at, okay? Name of the company, at&t, ticker symbol T, listed here on the New York Stock Exchange. This is a company, 5-year chart. Boom! Look at that. Just going to hell in a handbasket, right? So this company, basically, this was at the height here of the stock, like 2019, 2020. They kind of tried to bounce it around after pandemic, and they rose it up into like the 25s, and then boom, they bashed it down to sub 20. They bounced it back up to 20. They bounced it around. They're trying to get it above 20, and then boom, drops down to 14 and change. Rally it back up to this fib level, 20 and a half. Not good enough. The rejection comes back, pulls back below simple moving average, and then boom, has been since pulled back to about 15 and change. But even though that was fun, I will admit, I'm going to pull up a 5-year chart here, and I'm just going to show you guys that going back to, looks like the beginning here of Thursday, May 25th, we can see we opened up here, we dripped all the way down here, and then we've been bouncing around in this upward tightening channel, which is also known as an ascending wedge or a rising wedge. Now, basically, long story short, this is a bearish pattern, right? So it's showing in the apex here, even if we drag it out. Look, we're looking at the afternoon tomorrow for Thursday, June 1st. So chances are sometime tomorrow, if not immediately at the open, this stock, in my opinion, should break out of this wedge and drop down to the low 15s, potentially even high 14s. And if you guys want to maybe jump in and bet against the stock, or if you want to potentially buy some short-term puts, of course, that's entirely your own prerogative, but just wanted to bring this little trade idea here. The only thing is these two candles right here dip down to these lows here of 1573 and could potentially form a double bottom here and could rally back up to the high 15s, potentially even 16. But again, that would really just bring us into the apex here to the top trend line, and that would just reinforce the rising wedge pullback here. And the reason why I would bet against a situation like this is because, again, at&t kind of been looking like crap lately, right? The market cap's down to 112 billion. The company's yielding about 7+% for you to own shares of the stock. Similar to Verizon, the difference is Verizon has actually been kind of maintaining that 130 billion plus mark of revenue for the last several years in a row. If we switch over to the revenue here for at&t, you can see kind of the exact opposite. It was high above 180 billion back in 2019 and has just since been dropping 4 years in a row, now down to 120 billion as of 2022. So revenue is down roughly 33% from the highs back in 2019. So this company is definitely struggling, and again, I know they've been beating up the telecom sector overall, and that's why I always keep these companies on a watch list and try to keep them in my mind because, right, something like Verizon, you could potentially say that it's either fair valued or undervalued. So if you see them bringing it down too much or potentially forming a double bottom and inverted head and shoulders, that's when you load up, get in, and you do some calls and you catch the rebound, climb back up from 34, 35 and change up to 38, 39, and you make some good returns there on some Verizon calls. And now you can do the exact opposite with a company like at&t, right? So we know it's a piece of crap. It's been in a downtrend for about 5 years, and now you have an upward channel for the last 5 days, really bringing a stock that should be lower, they're bringing it higher. And now, of course, it's forming this perfect wedge. So, yeah, situation like this, at&t, when it goes up, look to bet against it. Verizon, when they beat it up, look to bet for it. But that's just my opinion. That's just the way I would play it. And, again, I'm sure you guys know that at&t has been struggling. I mean, even if you look at some of the financials here, right, we look at the revenue coming in. No, wait, where did I want to look? Here we go. Look, so the United States, right, where this company is from, was doing, north of 150, even north of 160 billion here. And just look in the last couple of years, 155, 151, down to 116 billion. That is a massive drop in revenue from your home country, no less. And the problem is, now again, I understand that tastes shift. Some clients are more loyal than others who will renew a contract, who will, just look to save a few pennies and give it to your competitor. I can totally appreciate all of that. The problem is, though, see this huge chunk here of 40, 50 billion that they lost in the U.S. As you can see, they didn't make it up anywhere else around the world. So the problem is that was really the final stake to the heart, potentially, in my eyes. And I think that continuously beating up AT&T moving forward is actually justified. Because, again, these companies that are shrinking in overall business value should be decreasing in stock price. And, again, you can see Mexico kind of bouncing around. That one actually jumped up here, was down to sub 3 billion, got back above, and since jumped up to 3.2 billion. But look, Asia Pacific Rim was like slowly bouncing around, low twos up to 265, 264, and then since about 600 million. Europe fell off a cliff, lost about 90% of that. Other whatever is involved in this situation, we went from a couple of billion to high hundreds of millions to just about 100 million. And, that's what I mean. Look, situation like Brazil was up to about 3 billion and then just slowly started to chip down, lost a billion, lost like 400 million. And that's what I mean. It's just, I'm really not seeing many positives here. And even if you look at the forecast here, look, the revenue has been absolutely getting smacked up. And then for this year moving forward, look, we go from 121.5 billion of these estimates, 122.18, 123.59. Look at this, 124.7, 126.06. So you're telling me you're really just hoping that this company is going to maintain or maybe squeeze out a few extra dollars of revenue over the course of the next 4 or 5 years moving forward? That's what I mean. When we look at it like that, overall, in my opinion, it's just not a company that's worth owning. And that's why, again, when you have a company, piece of crap like this, AT&T, or even like a Robinhood, we looked at the numbers, right? In my opinion, I think Robinhood is overvalued. That's what I mean. Same thing. If Robinhood over the last 12 trading days, hypothetically, was forming this wedge, absolutely I would be confident betting against the stock and potentially shorting shares or grabbing some puts here in the short term to catch that break and make nice profits for myself. Because, again, any piece of crap company should not really be rising in general. So the fact that we have this nice little rising wedge setting up our bearish pattern to give us potentially a little short-term trade here in AT&T, like I always say, we don't force trades, we take what the market gives us. And I'm going to end it there. So once again, this is Stocks by the Numbers. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop it down in the comment section. Join the Discord. If this was during market hours, I can just copy and paste my screen, show you guys the wedge, and everyone can get involved. Instead, I got to spend 10, 20 minutes recording the video, then I got to wait 20 minutes for it to get uploaded to YouTube, and then hopefully you have to see it before the trade happens, and that's what I mean. That's why if you can, get in the Discord. However, this one may work out for everybody because, as you see, bottom right-hand screen, 9 p.m. Eastern, I am recording and about to upload this video, so chances are most of my subscribers or any of you who have notifications turned on, thank you, I appreciate that, but you will most likely see this video either tonight or tomorrow before the open. And hopefully, most of the people who get shown this video will have some liquidity and could potentially take advantage of the situation. But yeah, overall, sub up if you want. Join the Discord. Not forcing you, but if you want to, could be a good idea for you. Could work out for you. But overall, moving forward, like I always say, I understand that markets are rocky and volatile and uncertain. So I want to wish everyone success. Hope everyone makes a couple of dollars. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.